My dude, I ain't trying to hear that shit.
At this point,
how many people you got up there? Watch when they find out that this real shit get told. Watch how many people be right here. These motherfuckers getting paid to try to calm us down, bro. Ain't no calming us, and you killing niggas every day now.
It's systematic racism, man. And it's not right. They criticize us for saying like we don't love America and all this shit, but America doesn't love us. That's how we feel every day. We're a target every day. We walk around with a target on our back. The skin color is a target.
Oh shit, they got their guns out. Oh, they just killed this man.
Shoot me, motherfucker! Shoot me!
Everybody came together. Now support my dude, man, Bandele. Rest in peace, he was killed by off-duty police officer. Off-duty. And he died holding a sandwich, bro. Come on now. They said he had a gun, but he's holding a sandwich. Come on now. That don't make no sense, bro.
Particularly in Ferguson, you have a disproportionate amount of people getting taxed, hitting the poor, and then you can't, you're losing your job because you can't afford to have your job, because you can't drive to your job, because you can't afford the insurance to get to your job, because somebody hit you up for a seatbelt violation. So we're trying to dig down deep into the economy of it, how money flows, why money flows, where it flows to, and also who holds our police accountable.
All these crooked ass laws and shit, all this shit against, all these laws and all this shit are against the poor people, y'all. It's against the poor, y'all. I'm the poor, y'all. Fuck what y'all see. Me, I'm the poor for real, y'all. I'm in the struggle. I got a son, you hear me? No job. We gotta get out here and straight, get it out the mud every day, wake up. I don't know what dollar I'm gonna make. I don't know how my son gonna get diapers. I don't know how my son gonna get milk. Why do it got to be like that? Why can't I get a chance?
Give it up for our
the color of my skin, because of my skin, because I'm black.
You can't do this to black kids anymore, because now we know who we are, and we coming up, and we know. We're born into a world where we can use our phones to educate ourselves. We know who we are, we know our history now, and you can't take that away from us. You can take anything away from somebody but their knowledge, and you can't take our knowledge away from us. And we gonna burn this shit down. If shit don't go the way we want it to go, if it doesn't go the way we need it to go, to where we feel respected and where we feel like fucking people, we gonna shut this shit down.
Shut it down! Shut it down! You have to say, we don't get it. We don't get it. Shut it down! We don't get it. Shut it down!
This is a moment that many of us have experienced far too many times, but I think what makes this one a little distinctly different is that we have an uprising by the people that has inspired the rest of the country. So you have people from all around the country that are here to show support, but also to try to take some of this energy back to our homes. This is not a case of an individual being murdered solely, by the police. This is actually an epidemic. We know that this is a part of American history. The same way we're here in the street, we're going to be back home, in a little while trying to get some justice for Eric Garner, justice for Marley Graham, and we know the names go on and on and on. So we're here to say that we ain't giving up and we ain't afraid, and we got some work to do.
This is about getting past just this moment, getting past all the heat that we've actually experienced in the street, and the focus of it just being here on Ferguson and recognizing that it's bigger than that here in St. Louis, it's bigger than that nationwide. It's like these crimes have been happening not only for years, but generations. The police have actually never respected life. They've actually always done this, not only like we're talking about 50 years ago, they actually inherited a legacy to go right back to slavery, man. They've always been patty rollers. They've always been ones that never actually valued life, let alone lives of the poor and people of color. So this tradition has to stop. It's like we actually have to stop and fight back directly against the institution that's directly treating us as prey. And people are beginning to recognize that in ways that I don't think we've seen in a generation.
There are a lot of people speaking about things when they were around the corner and they haven't left, you know, their comfort zone to come see what's really been going on. It would become blatantly obvious to you if you come out here on any night that the rights that you think you have, the freedoms that you think you have, like your car, your house, your all of that, you don't have those freedoms. You got the right to get up, to go to work, to pay your taxes, and to keep functioning in this system. And if you're not trying to do that, then they trying to shut it down.
It was young folks saying, look, man, we saw this dude kill this cat in the middle of the street. We know what happened. I talked to this person, talked to that person, talked to that person, that person. The story is all consistent. CNN says it weeks later after the streets have already said what was going on. And people listen to the CNN version and totally disregard the young people version. So the young people start to feel like, look, we got the knowledge of what's going on. We telling y'all what's going on. And then the frustration comes from just not being heard and not being respected when you speak. And that turns into anger, and then that turns into rage. So you have a situation now where young people are saying, look, man, y'all gotta do something about this. And if y'all don't do something about this, then we gonna do something about it. And what we do about it may not quite be the response that you're looking for.
Right as the young folks start speaking out, I had already planned to address what they was addressing. And, you see the Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, and every other demographic of religion up here, but you don't see the GDs, the Vice Lords, the Crips, and the Bloods. And when we out there in them streets, the brother with the suit and the tie on ain't the brother that's protecting me. I want to say to the family of Von Derek Myers, I send my condolences. To the family of Michael Brown, I send my condolences. To the family of Kerry Ball, who was shot 21 times and it ain't getting no media coverage like everything else did, I send my condolences. And at this point, I don't care about nobody's opinion of what we doing. I don't care about how it look. It ain't made for TV. This ain't your daddy's civil rights movement. This ain't your daddy's civil rights movement. And they want to know when we gonna go in the house. We ain't never going back in the damn house. So you take that.
But people like y'all up there, Josh, Tef, that stand beside me day after day after day and look these cops in the face, the chants that you're hearing is us saying, see my humanity. See me for who I am. See that when you kill someone that looks like me, it angers me, it upsets me, it hurts me, and I won't stand for it. I will not stand for it.
On the count of 3, I want you to tell me how you're really feeling. Because this is a normal answer. And I know that we are not normal people. And that is why we have the audacity to come up here and say what we think. So I'm gonna start counting now. And I want you to tell me how you really feel. Is it beautiful? Because as police officers, we actually have emotions. I know that they weren't saying anything when they shot Mike Brown and left him in the street for 4 hours. They weren't saying how they felt. Mike didn't even get a chance to say how he felt before he died. It's almost inhuman. What makes humans humans is because they have feelings. And that's why we aren't called animals. Now, if we were any other way, we would be in pens and chains like we were in slavery. And we can't let that happen anymore. Now, what these pastors were saying was essential. We need to strategize before we actually get out there so that things don't fizzle out like they always do. But what most of these people say, don't get me wrong, I love you guys. I respect you. But most of these people do is they say how they feel. They say what's really good and how everyone feels and how motivated they are and what we should be doing when they don't do it. And we need to get things done. Who's streets? Who's streets? And don't you forget that.